I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
That's how we do it, yeah.
What's up, Hans family? As you can hear, I'm still just a little bit sick, but it's all good. Today's video is going to be this Joker-inspired look that I actually wore for my birthday of last year to a show, and it was super fun, so here you go. Starting out with my bare face, nice and clean and moisturized, as per usual, and then grabbing my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. You can use whichever primer you like. I've been feeling this one lately because it makes my skin feel all super soft and silky. Just make sure you don't already have rogue pieces of glitter running around, god damn it. And for this tutorial, I'm going to be trying out the NYX Total Control Foundation Drops. I'm in shade 2. There's 24 shades, so they got all kind of colors for everyone. Even if you're super pale, even if you have really deep skin, they got you. You can see I just drop it onto my beauty blender, and you really don't need much. That was just a few little drops, and that covered that whole quadrant of my face. It's really watery, which is a good thing because it's nice and light, and you can also build up the coverage, so I'm liking it so far. I like it. This is another new product that I'm trying. I got a lot of new products, you guys. I bought a bunch of them, and I wanted to try them out on camera for you. So this is the Tarte Shapetape that everyone is like fucking hyped about. And I did what Christy does. I just put a little bit on at a time and then blended it out instead of putting all my concealer everywhere and blending it out. And it is quite pigmented, and you do get a lot in the bottle. It is pretty dry though, so I would definitely suggest using a damp beauty blender to blend it out to get a nice and even kind of moisturized coverage. Another new one. I know, I'm throwing another new product at your face. I'm just using a damp beauty blender with this RCMA No Color Powder to set all of my makeup. I'm not baking today. I'm not getting that crazy. But this is pretty brightening, so it was nice instead of kind of like doling out the brightness of my skin. This is my Breakup Contour Powder from Makeup Geek. Same ol'. And since I'm doing the Joker, I thought I would bring the contour down around my mouth just a little bit because, you know, he has some really hollow cheekbones and I don't. So trying to emulate that a little bit. And obviously get rid of a little bit of my double chin. The eyes and the lips are so heavy on this face, so I just went with some NYX blush, the Terracotta. I almost said taupe, but it's very light, just shimmery. And did my brows off camera because brows on camera are poop. You can use primer on your eyelids, whatever you prefer, whatever is best for you. I just like to take a little E35 brush from Sigma and add all kinds of powder that is my same tone all over the top so that my eyeshadows have something nice to blend on top of. This right here is the Sugarpill Pro Palette, and I'm starting with Poison Plum. We ain't going with any transition shades, we're just going straight into the color. And I'm taking this bigger fluffy brush, and I am like violently blending. You can see I'm like going in on that shit because I want this to be our transition shade. I'm using just the tiniest amount, just a really light application, and when you're blending really rough like that, you're pretty much dispersing the product everywhere that you want it and really making it a super light, almost wash. I'm doing this under the eye as well, on the other side. When starting to darken this, I just put the pigment down kind of in my outer V type area of my crease, and instead of just swiping the brush around, I keep the brush where it is, but I move it in circular motions. This will keep the product where you want it, but also blend it out softly into that original first layer of purple we put down. And just do the exact same thing on the other side, but with red. I didn't even switch brushes. I didn't even clean it. I just went straight in. I didn't give a shit. Continue the process of darkening to get the desired shade you want. And when I get to the last layers of the purple that I'm working on, I really lighten up the application. I'm not as violently blending. That should be a new term we use, violent blend. Hashtag violent blend. Grabbing my Sigma E36 is one of my favorite brushes for blending. It's really small and gets right in there where you want it. This is now the point where I am really going to be keeping the darkness right on just that corner. I'm using the brush very lightly to just feather out the color into these first original layers, and even grabbing a bigger fluffy brush to completely blend it all out. A smaller brush will just help you a little bit more to keep that product right against that crease. Going back over to the red side, I was using Love Plus, which is from Sugarpill, but now I'm adding a little bit of orange too, just so it's a little more true to color. and doing just about the same thing, but with red. Rojo. A smaller brush will also help you a little more on your bottom lashes as well. This is the NYX Hot Black Eyeshadow, and it is pigmented as all Jesus, Mary, and Joseph shit in the world. It's very, very dark, but you just have to barely touch the eyeshadow just to get a little bit. I add a little bit into the crease on both eyes, and I am keeping such a light application when doing this because I want the colors to just blend nicely into the original ones we put down. On the red side, I did pack a little bit more of the red and orange on top of it, just so that it looked more like a dark red instead of just that stark-ass black. Using a flat brush, this is a Smith 253 brush, and Sugarpill's Midori eyeshadow from that palette, I just pack on some of this emerald green eyeshadow all over the lid. And just to make it so that it's completely cohesive, I add a layer of black in between the two colors and pack the green, pulling the black onto the lid, and then pack the red, pulling the black up into the red so that these colors just meld together into the tiniest bit of black. Using some eyelash glue or glitter glue or pretty much anything of your choice that will keep glitter on very secure, I put this all over my lid, and I'm going to be using Lit Cosmetics glitter right now. This is a very light lime pale green. God, I just used so many adjectives to mention that one green. Pack that on your lid, and to get any fallout, use a fluffy brush and quickly brush it off of your cheekbones. Back onto the eyes, add a little more of the glue onto the outer corner of the crease, and I'm adding on some chunky emerald green glitter. I like the differences of the two sizes of the glitter next to each other, and make sure you're pressing the glitter down so none gets in your eye. You don't want any rogue pieces falling out. Also, please only use cosmetic glitter, and please always be careful when using glitter around your eyes. It can fuck up your eyes. On the bottom of the red side, I add some thin red glitter. This one is also from Lit Cosmetics. And a little more chunky glitter on the outer corner a little bit. And blending it together, you may want to add a little bit of black shadow so the glitter isn't just so stark against the eyeshadows. My inner highlight just wasn't popping, so I used a little bit of Jeffree Star's Ice Cold in the inner corner and added a little bit of green eyeshadow on top of that to make it a little bit minty because it's too white for me. The purple side, I didn't have any chunky glitter, and I liked the red so much that in the middle of the purple I added just some red, and I brought down some more of the thick red flakes to make it look like I'm crying red blood glitter. Add some mascara and whatever lashes you choose. I'm using the Cocoa Risque lashes. I'm lining the red part of my eye with a red liner and the purple part with a purple liner, but it wasn't the purple I wanted, so I just packed some Poison Plum on top. Keeping with classic Joker, I'm using the Makeup Geek's new plush lip creams, matte lip creams. This is in Boss Lady, super perfect red for the Joker. And it's pretty much like a NYX lip cream if you ever tried it. It's nice and soft and velvety on your lips, but also looks matte. It does not dry to the touch though. And you know I've been feeling the gloss, so I'm using some NYX Red Butter Gloss right on top. Forgot to highlight my face, so I'm just adding a little bit more Ice Cold onto the high points of my face. And you are done. I am done. We are done together. I really hope you guys liked this Joker-inspired beauty look that's like a glitter explosion on your face. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think down below. I will have a body paint up this week, and I love the fuck out of you, and I will see you later. Bye! Oh, don't mess up my makeup. Love you.